Hey, what's up, guys? This video is to answer JORD1112222's question about back. The best exercise to put mass in your back is hands down barbell rows. You could try to go with the machine if you're a beginner or you don't have the form right. Start with the machine if you're a beginner. I recommend that twice. If you're an intermediate or advanced, just use the barbell. The barbell always, free weight exercises always recruit more muscle fibers because you actually have to control the weight and stabilize it. You know what I'm saying? It's not like on a machine where everything is already stabilized for you, so all you have to do is use your strength. Barbell recruits a lot more muscle fibers because not only you have to use your strength to bring it up to your, main section, but you also have to keep the weight stable, and it recruits a lot more muscle fibers. So if you want to put mass, I say go with the free weights. But if you're a beginner, listen carefully. If you're a beginner, start with the machine. You have to get the form right? Don't just jump. Don't jump the gun like a lot of people do, and they end up getting injured. Start with the machine. Do the rows, barbell rows. Not barbell rows, machine rows. If you're a beginner, they're called cable rows, I believe. Actually, I did it today because today was my back day. Do 4 sets of those, not 3 sets, 4 sets. Also, if you're a beginner and you want to put quick mass in your back, this works like a charm. You want to do what I call countdowns, right? In the bodybuilding world, they have a different name for it, but I call it countdowns. Pretty much, if you're doing 4 sets of, let's say, 8 to 12 reps, right? You don't want to go above 12. You don't want to go below 8. It'll be too heavy. 8 to 12 reps. What you want to do is, for example, set 1, you want to go to like 12, right? Soon as you reach failure on, let's say you're doing 100 pounds, right? I'll just say you're doing 100 pounds, cable rows. When you get to your last rep, drop the weight back down to like, let's say 80, and go again till you reach failure. It's gonna be very painful, but ignore the pain. Just focus on the workout. When you reach failure on 80 pounds, I'm just using 80 pounds and 100 as an example. Just use whatever weight you're comfortable with. Right after you reach failure on 80, go down to 60, right? Go again till you reach failure. Right after 60, go to 40, right? And stop there. So you only want to do 4 drop sets. And that's only set number 1, right? So those 4 drop sets, that's set number 1. You want to do 3 to 4 sets of those, right? So you go set 1, ready, go. Let's say, for example, 100 pounds. You go, right? Reach failure, put the weight down, go again. Put the weight down, go again. When you finish that, that's set 1. And you go to, you take like a 2.5 minute, rest. And you go again, set number 2. Reach failure, put the weight down, put the weight down, put the weight down. And that's set 2, set 3, set 4. By the time you get to set number 4, your back is gonna feel like you have like dynamite in the bitch and it just went off. Your back is gonna be reduced to shreds. But you're gonna only do this once a week, right? If you want to do it twice, I'll say make sure it's at extreme ends of the week, like on the first day and the 7th day, right? You need to give your back a lot of rest after that intense workout. And also, if you're a beginner, I suggest that because your back is gonna grow really fast. When I was 17, I believe, I first started doing that, and my back got so wide. I actually have a picture that I'm gonna try to upload. When I was 17, my back was wider than it is now, and I'm 22 now. And that's because I stopped doing that, that workout. It was just too intense. I was lazy at the time. I wasn't focused. And, it was easier to do it back then because, I had a partner, a workout partner, so we kept motivating each other. But boy, me and him saw results on our back trip quickly. When I did the regular, that spread, my back was like a cobra, man. And now it's all small and shit. But yeah, definitely, if you want to put mass quickly, do rows and do drop sets. What I call countdown. That's the number 1 exercise. If you're an intermediate, you've been doing this for a long time, I suggest you do that with the barbell, right? Instead of the machine. But if you're doing it with the barbell, you really don't want to do the drop sets because it's a hassle having to, take off the 45 plate and stuff like that. So barbell rows are the number 1 exercise for back, man. And now the number 2 exercise, of course, you guessed it, is lat pull downs, wide grip. The closer you are, the more it's going to target your biceps, which you really don't want. You want to focus on your back, right? Wide grip, as wide as you can, and just, bring it down to your upper chest. Go up slowly, bring it down fast, go up slowly. Always, the negatives always have to be 2 times longer than the positive. So if you're coming down 1 second, go up 2 seconds. right? And then jerk down, go up slowly. A lot of people do, no. You want to just keep tension on that muscle. And you can also do the same thing. You can do drop sets, you know. For the back, I suggest drop sets if you're using a machine. If you're using a machine, drop sets. Using free weights, don't do drop sets, right? And yeah, the reason why, because your back, you barely use your back muscles, right? That's why you have to do drop sets. You have to put a lot of pressure on it on back day, because you barely use your back muscles during the day, especially the rowing motion and the pull down motion. I mean, you don't, most of the day we just walk to work, walk back home. We don't really, you know, use our back so much. So in the gym, you want to make sure you blast it. And yeah, make sure you eat a lot, because the back is a huge muscle, right? It requires a lot of protein and amino acids to actually build new, you know, fibers for your back. Your back is wide, it's huge. Even if you're a skinny guy, your back's a lot of muscle, so make sure you eat a lot. It's not enough to go to the gym and knock out those 2 exercises. You have to eat a lot. And a lot of carbohydrates, of course, and a lot of proteins. You know, we already discussed that. Also, if you're a beginner, don't worry about the isolation exercises for your back. You're a beginner, don't worry about that. If you're a beginner, if you're intermediate, advanced, whatever, yeah, you could try those fancy things to shape your back a little bit. But if you're a beginner, don't do the isolation. How do you call them? I forgot how you call them. You pick up the dumbbell and try to bring it up. Don't worry about that. Focus on rows and lat pull downs. And if you do four sets of rows and 4 sets of lat pull downs, and you're doing drop sets on each, man, that's like 4 times. That's a lot of sets, man. I'm not good at math, but that's a lot of sets, right? Your back's gonna be destroyed. Don't do back with a different muscle group on the same day. I repeat, don't do back and biceps like most people do. Don't do back and whatever. Focus on back if you're a beginner, because you want that growth. You need all the strength that you can get, especially if you're doing drop sets. You need all the strength that you can use. By the time you finish back, you shouldn't even have energy to do biceps, right? And if you do biceps after back, you're cheating your biceps, because you're not starting at 100%. If you have 2 guys, one does back and then bicep, and another other guy does bicep first, he's gonna see more results because he started off with a lot of energy when he did biceps. You get what I mean? The only reason why I did legs and back today was because I haven't been in the gym in 3 weeks, and I was just dying to to just work out my muscles. I can't afford waiting 3 days to do different body groups. So I did deadlifts and squats, which targets my back a little bit, and then I just did rows and pull downs. But that's only because I took a 3-week break. But anyway, this video is too long. Sorry. Ask me more questions, I'll answer you. So yeah, focus on rows, pull downs, do drop sets. They work like a charm. Your back is gonna get so wide in a short period of time. And give yourself a lot of rest, at least a week before you target your back again. And drink a lot of water, eat a lot of carbs, your proteins, and you'll be right.